theater kids. Hello, my name is Austin, you know that. I'm 19 years old, which means that legally, I am an adult. And I do feel that it is very important to specify that I do mean legally. Like, I am technically allowed to do whatever I want, but I don't think I should be. Like, no one sees me on the side of the road and they're like, oh yes, a voting citizen of America. It's more like, oh, that poor kid can't find his parents. That small boy got lost from his field trip group. Oh, shame. It's so sad. And no one ever helps me either. Not really. It's fine, I get over it. Anyway. So yeah, I am 19. I look 17. And I act 12, which does not help anything about me. And like becoming an adult is such like a sudden thing too. No one helps you become an adult. There's no class to learn how to take care of yourself or anything like that. It's just kind of, and birthday. And I was always the kind of person, I was not like a rich kid by any means. But my parents kind of did do everything for me. So it was nice. Like, I was the kid who every morning, when it was time to go to school, my mom would come into my room, and she would sit on the edge of my bed, and she would go, Austin, wake up, buddy, it's time to go to school. And I would go, okay, Mom! And I would go brush my teeth, and I'd do everything I needed to do for school that day, while my mom was in the kitchen making me a lunch, making me a breakfast, and she put the little fruit snacks in my bag in case I got hungry during math class. She'd make me a little bag of goldfish just in case English was a little too rough. And then she would drive me to school, and I know what you're thinking. You're sitting there going, Austin, but like that's so adorable that your mom did that for you in second grade. I was a junior in high school, so I was not prepared for this whole, surviving thing. It was not a good look for me at all. And I knew all of this about myself. I knew how vastly unprepared I was as a person, and still, I chose on purpose, by myself, to move from the big city of Houston, Texas, where my parents could do everything for me, to Norwalk, Connecticut! And they're not here, and I'm struggling. It is rough out here. And up to this point in my life, keep in mind, I have never set my own alarms, gotten myself to school. I've barely even seen a grocery store. And it's just kind of like, and there you go. So I don't know, I eat a lot of ham sandwiches. And spoiled I was because it was their fault. And still, they were like, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe go to Norwalk, Connecticut, where there's nobody anywhere. Except for at 5 o'clock and there's so much traffic. What is going on? 7 people in this city and they're all in this room. But yeah, so it was decided that I was going to go to Norwalk, Connecticut to go to acting school, but great choice for my future. And I was going to come here, it was great, everything was all ready to go, and as it was getting closer to actually moving here and doing all of it, you see, my undiagnosed anxiety loves to do this fun thing where it's like, the closer a problem gets, the less I do about it. And while I was in Texas, there were so many occasions when I could have, learned to cook anything. I could have at some point gone to a grocery store and figured out what all the signs meant. I don't know. I could have done so much, but I was on YouTube all day, which I still do, but that's a problem for a different time. And then I got here, and it was like being thrown into a test, like that you just weren't ready for it. Like at school, when you have a big test that day, this is the test. Like this is your final, kind of like all this week, and you're sitting there, and you're like, I did not study the night before, but I'm here, and I have to do this. And if I fail this, I'm gonna get a bad grade. And if I get a bad grade, that'll be embarrassing. I'm gonna want to die. But here's the thing. This time, the test was living. If I failed this, I would, quite literally, die. And should that happen, I already know what would happen when I failed it. It's not even a question of if, it's just when at this point. And I already know that when that happens, I already know that my tombstone paid for and installed by my parents. It will most definitely say on it, here lies Austin Tolles, never found his way out of the produce department. Thank you very much.